All right. Well, thanks very much for taking time out of your day to be here for your practice. Well, take a moment to find your comfortable seat. Let your feet be straight down from the knees. The knees are out from your hips. Maybe think about the ribs lifting up off the waistline a little bit. You can draw the shoulders up, back, and down, and then that little bit of that drawing your neck back action, just so your neck is kind of in line on the spine vertebrae. You can rest your spine against the back of the chair, and let's take a few rounds of breath. So just starting to slow the breath down. Putting aside whatever it took to get here this afternoon and whatever may await after class, just to be here in the moment for your practice. Scanning your body to just start to slowly check in and see how you're feeling this afternoon. We're not needing to change anything, it's just being aware. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in, long breath out. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. We're just going to slowly start to move the left hand towards the belly and the right hand towards the midsection, maybe a little bit more to the left to be placed over your heart. And continue to breathe. You may notice the left hand rise and falls with the belly breath, and maybe you notice the right hand can feel your heartbeat. I'm going to take just a moment to connect our mind with our body and our spirit. And let your hands drift down towards the floor, and then out and up with a full breath in as the arms sweep overhead. Gently exhale the breath completely as the hands come down towards the middle. A couple more times with that full breath in, deep, long breath as hands sweep high, and exhale, hands draw to the heart. Okay, nice full breath in, long breath out. Let's start to come into our twist. So letting the arms reach high, and then twist that left waistline to the right, letting the hands kind of draw down towards the floor, then sweep back through center to go to the left. Inhale through center, exhale with the twist. Keep your spine straight, keep your neck in alignment even. You can turn your gaze to look over the right shoulder when you're twisting right, and over the left shoulder when you're twisting to the left. There's just that action of staying strong through the body. The feet stay in place, sits bones stay in place. Inhale up, exhale with the twist. whatever side that you're on, and then we'll meet with the arms back through center. Letting the right hand reach for the floor, kind of even actively reaching down, and the left arm brings you up and over for a side body stretch. Keeping both sits bones in the chair, and then when you're ready, we're gonna switch. Reach up and reach down, and then folding over. Keeping the sits bones in the chair. Good, and then move with your breath here from one side to the other. So you can hold it as long as you like. If you're getting a nice stretch, you can kind of go into it a little bit further. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, whatever side you're on, let that go all the way through, and then gently come back to center. Come forward in your chair a little bit. So as you move your body forward, your feet come forward also. So they're not tucked back towards the chair. They're right in alignment still. And let's do a little bit of arm work. So let your arms extend forward and reach, and then elbows go back towards the chair. Maybe if you're touching the chair with your elbows, then you can come forward a little bit more to give you more room. Keep your shoulders low, elbows stay low. Inhale to stretch, exhale, elbows go back. So watch where your neck is. Make sure you're not pulling your neck forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, elbows go back. Good. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, elbows go back. We'll do one more. Good, and then let's start to cross the arms over the chest, and then pull the arms back out, shoulders stay low, elbows low, opposite arm over the chest, and back out. So alternating that top arm. Go with your breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, cross arms. Exhale out. One more to each side. And then finish that out. Good. We'll place the hands to the knees and move through some seated cat-cow action. So allowing your belly to kind of draw in, rounding the spine, drop the chin in towards the chest. You can even let the shoulders kind of creep up towards the ears. And then the reverse of that is letting everything relax, pushing the heart forward, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. So go slow. These are some of the first movements for the head, the neck, the deeper spine movement. Curl everything in, really hold it for a moment, and then exhale as you open up. Inhale, curl in, round the spine. Exhale, let everything open. Good, let's do a couple more rounds here. Last one. Good, and then we'll come back to center. Let your feet draw apart. You can use the legs of your chair if you like, just to kind of help you find alignment. And we're gonna keep the spine straight, the shoulders stay on the back, and even the neck stays in alignment as you take your heart forward. So the heart draws towards your top of the mat or just forward. And then we'll lean it back. Exhale the breath as you come forward. Inhale it back. Good, so your feet root down, the legs pretty much stay where they are. You're just moving your torso and breath. Good, last one, we'll come forward. And then come back. Good, now we're gonna come into a bit of a twist. So twisting the left waistline to the right, and let your heart kind of drop down towards that right knee. So we're keeping the hands to the legs so you can kind of root that side of the body down, and then come up through center and go to the second side. Again, trying to keep the legs where they are. This is an upper body action. Make sure you're breathing. A little bit of a twist. Put your heart. Good. One more time to each side. Up. Towards the knee. Good. Twist. Towards the knee. Back to center. Let's place that left hand to the top of the thigh, right arm to the inside. Let your heart turn to the left a little bit, and then we're going to reach down for the ankle, maybe for the heel, maybe even towards the floor. So this hopefully stretches that left side of the body. And then come up, twist. So your shoulders kind of in line going over the knee in that direction. You're rooting down that side of the body so it's not lifting. Go with your breath a couple more times to each side. Inhale through center, exhale when you fold. Back up through center, twist as much as you can. And whatever side you're on, finish up that last one, go all the way through it. Good, and then we'll kind of come back to center. With the hands to the knees, we'll kind of shift everything around into some circles. So here's where you can just let it all go. You can bend the elbows, the knees can shift around, the head moves around. Just don't fall forward, that's all I ask. Good, and then reverse that direction. Start going in the opposite direction a few times in big circles. Keep your core engaged. And then slowly, slowly start to wind everything back into center. Let your feet come back together. Good. Body's pretty warmed up now. So we'll do some arms. Let your arms come straight out from the shoulders. Shoulder height if that feels okay. If not, let it be lower or it's 1 and 1. Just depends on what's right for your body and what's going on today. Let's move through some circles. They're kind of slow, kind of small. Make sure you're breathing, the feet root down, your core is engaged, lifting from the waistline, kind of lifting up through the torso. Make sure the shoulders are kind of low, they're not creeping up towards the ears, keep them low. And then let's let the arms relax. Give it a little shake off. And then extend your right, let's come to some scissors. So the right arm reaches high, left arm reaches back, and then switching. So there's a lot of action in the arms. There's a lot of reaching up and reaching ahead of you and reaching behind at the same time. Extension through the fingertips, kind of widen the fingers if you can, kind of let them be really active and strong. Couple more. Good, and then let's come back to center. Maybe shake it off a little bit. Arms are gonna come shoulder again. Let's flip the palms.
Pretty.
Thumbs are gonna take you backwards. So there's that action of drawing the thumbs back. Keeping the shoulder or arms shoulder height. Good, and then flip the palms, release the arms, shake it off again. So this time we're gonna rotate the thumbs in and then rotate the thumbs out. So in that action, the shoulder blades come towards each other on the front body and then towards each other on the back. So again, feet are in alignment. Watch where your torso is, you know, lifting the ribs, make sure your neck's in alignment. All these other alignment points are being thought of, being aware. Rotate the shoulders forward as far as you can and rotate them back as far as you can. Good, let's do one more. And then back to center. So bring the arms in front of you. We're just gonna kind of roll them around. Kind of get going fast. Shoulder height if that feels okay. If not, go lower. Now, reverse that action. Gets a little trickier. We tend to favor one direction. Good, and then rotate again. Switch the direction, and then we'll switch it again. Switch it again. And then last time, switch it again. Good, let the arms go, shake it off. We're gonna take the hands out in front with the thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling. So for this next one, really listening to your body, know how far to go. This is kind of a new one that we've been doing since online, so I just wanna make sure everybody's comfortable with it. We're gonna take the arms out and then flip the thumbs to the floor so you get that shoulder rotation. Good, now bring the arms as far forward in front of you as you can, maybe even touching the back of the hands. If not, don't worry about it. Good, we're gonna push the arms back out. Rotate the thumbs up towards the ceiling. Slowly start to bring the arms in front of you, maybe touching the hands. Open the arms back out. Flip the thumbs to the floor. Again, know how far to go for you and for your body. Can vary day to day. Maybe the back of the hands touch. Good. We're going to push it out again. Rotate the thumbs up towards the ceiling. Slowly start to bring the arms forward and let it go. Good. Shake them off a little bit. Letting your right arm reach out from the right shoulder, kind of extending out through the fingertips. And then we're going to come into a thread the needle. So that right arm comes across. We're trying to keep the arms, the shoulders from turning. So you're not twisting to the left, just that arm went to the left and the left arm hugs it into the body. Hopefully you feel a stretch on the back of that right shoulder blade. One more big breath in. Good, let's release that. Go to the second side. Left arm comes straight out from the shoulder, being active through the fingertips. Take it across as far as you can. Again, watch it, you're not twisting to the right this time. You're trying to stay with the shoulders being square with the hips and hug that arm in. Hopefully feel the stretch on the back of the left shoulder blade. Nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Dropping the shoulders from the ears if you feel like it's really high and up, not here, let it relax. And then let's release that. Open palms and let's come into that big stretch. So taking the right arm forward and then reach high for the ceiling, bend your elbow so wherever your hand touches behind you, maybe it's the back of the head or between the shoulder blades. Hold it for a breath, and then we're gonna reach high and forward to come out. Go to the left side. Reach up, back, and touch, and we're gonna hold it here for a breath. Inhale, exhale, and then slowly start to release it. Going back to that right side, up, back, touch. Let's hold it for a breath. Give a good tricep stretch there. Watch where your head is. Make sure it's not pulling forward too much. Slowly come out from that right side. Go to the left, up, back, and touch. Hold it for a breath. Again, be aware of where your neck is. Maybe pull it back. Maybe you can even feel that drawing back. Good. Bring that left arm up to come out. Let's go to the right one more time. Deep breath in, exhale, and then slowly start to release that. Let's go to the left for the last one. Up, back, and touch. Good, and then slowly start to come out from that side. Maybe shake the arms off a little bit. So we're gonna come into a marching with the legs before we come into more leg work and using the strap or band. So if you want to, you can come forward a little bit, just depends on what feels right for you. You can hold on to the chair if you like, or you can lean your spine against the back of the chair. Just start to march. One knee comes in, the other foot is still to the floor. Try and bring those knees in towards the body, so watch that they're not tapping out. We're gonna do that in a minute. A little up towards the body, alternating. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Couple more. Good. And then let's pause. Sorry. Let's do the tap out to the side. So bring right knee in, let it open, tap the floor back in and down, and go to the left. So if you can, again, your hands can stay to the chair, just kind of keep your torso from shifting around too much. And let this be as slow or as fast as you want it to be. As yours. You get to feel that hip opening action. So maybe let it go as far as it feels okay. Bring it back into center. Inhale and exhale. Good. Next one's the last one, then bring it back to center. Let's come back to that marching. This might get your heart rate up a little bit. It's hard to tell sometimes when we're in the chair, but think of your core staying strong. Couple more. Good, and then we'll pause. All right, so if you have a strap, we're gonna use that for the leg work, or maybe you have a scarf or a long piece of fabric that you can use, one of those exercise bands. Place it underneath your right foot. Left foot is in alignment. Let's take that leg out and back to the center. So you're pushing through that right heel, letting that leg be really active. The left foot roots down so that knee's not wobbling around at all, stays really strong. Your left hand can even be holding on to the chair just to give you a little bit more support. Exhale out, inhale in. Exhale out, inhale in. Good, last one out, and then we'll come back to center. Little lifts up towards the ceiling. So if you're using your strap, or excuse me, if you're using your hands, you can let the hands come behind the thigh, around the knee kind of area, and help lift it, or if you're using your strap. Still pushing through that heel to keep the leg active. Good, and then we're gonna pause, bring your hand a little closer to their foot for the half of a happy baby. So bend your knee to the right, and the elbow goes to the right, and then both go straight out again. Bend the knee, bend the elbow, and straight out. Try and keep your spine straight, not compromising your shoulder at all. Make sure that doesn't feel uncomfortable for your shoulder. Push out, and back, push out, and back. Good. Last one, and then we're gonna use your hand or your strap to bring that ankle on top of the left knee. Walk that left foot into alignment so it's straight down from the knee. So if this doesn't work, that's where maybe you have a big book or a block or something where that you can place your ankle onto. And that still is getting into that hip socket and opening your hips, but this action can be, it's harder, it's a more advanced pose, so know what's right for you. Let's take those right toes to the right knee. Even if your foot's on the block, you can still kind of activate your toes towards the knee. And then if you want more, your hands can come to the leg and you're taking your heart forward. So the shoulders still stay in alignment, neck stays in alignment. Watch that you're not leaning too much to one sits bone. Not all of your weight is on one side. Deep breath in, long breath out. Good, and then lean back into your chair. We're gonna come into the eagle. So I know this is tricky because I can't see everybody, but let your left foot kind of walk to the center line. Right foot crosses over. So do what you can. If that's not comfortable, then we'll figure something else out. Let your arms extend out and reach, and then let your left arm come on top of the right. You can stay here. The idea is we're gonna lift the heart up and then elbows and knees come towards each other. If you want more with the arms, you can bring the forearms towards each other and maybe even your palms touch. Inhale the breath up and exhale elbows and knees, or the elbows draw towards the knees. Knees aren't shifting at all, it's just the elbows and your heart. Inhale the breath up, exhale down. Inhale it up, exhale down. Think about the elbows drawing forward. So the more you pull those elbows forward, hopefully the more you feel that in the back of your shoulder blades. And then last one, wherever you are, inhale it up, exhale, elbows and knees come towards each other. Go all the way through, no matter where you are, back to center. Release the arms, uncross the legs. Shake it off a little bit. And then let's go to the second side. So we're gonna bring the right foot into alignment. If you're using a strap, again, that comes around the left foot, let your left hand hold it and let that leg go out. Push through the heel and back to center. Exhale out, inhale in. So again, maybe your right hand holds the chair just to keep your spine from moving. That right foot roots down, so that's not moving on you. Good, and then back to center, little lifts up towards the ceiling. So the more you push through that heel and the more you use your quad, that top muscle right there, this action may not move, the leg may not move a whole lot, but you're really engaging that muscle. Good, and then let's pause. Your hand can come closer towards the foot just to kind of give you that room to bend the elbow and bend the knee, and then take it out to straight in front of you. Bend it to the left, and then push out straight. Arm goes straight, leg goes straight. Bend it back, trying to get into that hip, inner thigh. Good, and then next time, we're gonna take that ankle on top of the right knee. Again, walk that right foot into alignment. Use your block if that is required for you to kind of open the hip on this side. And know that maybe one side you can bring the foot on top, might not work on the other side. So just being aware of what's going on in your body, not pushing it. Let your left toes draw towards the left knee, and maybe your hands come to the legs, and you can let your heart come forward. Again, there's that equalness of the sits bones. Shoulders relaxed, taking the heart forward, not rounding the shoulder, but they're not creeping up towards the ears. Deep breath in, long breath out. Good, and then slowly, slowly, let's lean the spine back. We're gonna let the left leg cross over the right, so the right foot kind of walks to the center a little bit. First, it's the crossing of the legs, making sure you've got some rooting down with the sits bones. The arms extend out and reach. Right arm on top of the left this time. So again, maybe it's just the hugging of the arms, or you start to bring the forearms towards each other and palms towards each other for the eagle wrap. Draw your belly in, keep your core strong, and then exhale, elbows and knees come towards each other. And again, there can be that kind of pulling the arms forward action, so you really get into the shoulder blades on the back body. Inhale the breath up, exhale, elbows and knees come towards each other. Inhale the breath up, exhale, elbows and knees come towards each other. 2 more times. Bring it all back to center. Let's unwind the arms, uncross the legs. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Okay. So for the next engaging of the legs, you can place your hands to the chair, because again, that kind of helps keep your spine straight and it helps you from shifting around too much. Let's take that right leg out in front and point the toes towards you and point them away. So getting into that strong engaging of the toes away to feel the shin, and then point towards you to feel the calf stretch. Nice and slow action. Good, and then let's come into some circles. And then rotate the foot in the opposite direction. Same idea, just go as far around as it feels okay. And then we're gonna hold the leg and foot still to turn the toes to the right and turn the toes to the left. So your whole leg's moving, you're getting that inner thigh action happening. You'll feel it in your quad maybe, the knees moving with you. I'm not trying to lock anything into place other than the foot, kind of. Good, and then let's pause. Try to wiggle just your right toes. There's that idea of getting them to spread. Maybe they snap, crackle, wiggle around a little bit. And then let's bring that foot to the floor, shake it off. And then the right foot roots down. Let's take that left leg out. Point the toes towards you and then point them away. A couple of times. Nice and slow so you really feel that stretch. Good, and then we're gonna do some circles. Rotate around. Pause and go in the opposite direction. Good, let's come back. Hold the leg and foot still to turn the whole leg to the right and the whole leg to the left. So again, trying to keep the rest of the body from moving around too much. You may move a little and that's fine, but watch that you're not shifting too much side to side, just the leg. We'll come back to center and trying to wiggle just the left toes. Just that idea of spreading them out a little bit, wiggling, see what you can do, and then that left foot comes back to the floor. So maybe both hands come to the chair. We're gonna bring the right knee in, trying to keep it lifted and push out. We're gonna do 7 of these. There's 2, inhale in, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Right foot comes to the floor, left side, inhale, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. That foot comes back to the floor. Let's come back to that marching high step. Bring the knee in towards the body if you can. Make sure you're keeping your spine lifted, not crunching down through the torso. Maybe the hands come to the chair to give you a little lift. Good, and then let's pause. Come forward in your chair a little. So we're gonna do the standing up and sitting down action. So your feet came forward also. When we come up to stand, ideally your knees are gonna track right over your toes. So watch that they don't bow out or bow in towards each other. So as you maybe use your hands to help lift you up, or you kind of get this momentum of rooting down and lifting up at the same time. So root your feet, lift your heart, and come to stand. Nice, we'll take a seat, trusting our chair is right behind us. Good, so there, the more you root down with your feet, hopefully the more those knees track over the toes when we come up to stand. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Nice, let's take a seat one more time. Deep breath in, long breath out. Root your feet, lift the heart. 1, 2, 3, and up we go. All right. Okay, so we're gonna stay standing, and then I'm gonna just move my chair back a little bit. You guys get to move your chair wherever you need to, because we're gonna kind of use the back side of it with the right hand and right leg being next to it. It's a little harder for me to show, but maybe I can. I got my left side, that'll work. So right hand, right leg next to the chair, and then we're gonna take our heels kind of to the edge, a little far apart, hip width distance, and then bend your knees, let your right heel come out in front. We're gonna get into more leg stretches here. This is gonna really get into the hamstring and calf. So as you take your heart forward, hold on to the chair, keep the right leg active, drawn up towards you, and that left knee gets a soft bend to it still. Now draw your belly in, slowly come up. Place that right foot flat, straightening the left leg. Your feet still have a little bit of distance between them, so your hips stay square. And then let's go forward and down. So the more you push down through the soles of the feet, especially that back one, hopefully you feel balanced in this. You're not trying to balance here. It's just a nice big stretch on that front leg. Good, and then engage your core, come up. Let's take that right foot back. We'll go to the second side. Bend your knees. Left heel comes out. Take your heart towards those toes as the toes stay active, drawn up towards you. Then draw the belly in, come up. We're gonna take that left foot flat. Little bit of space between the feet, space between the hips too. Good, and then root down, we're gonna come forward again. So this gets into that front leg, hamstring and calf, a little bit of a deeper stretch. Draw the belly in, engage your core to come up. Good, shake off the legs a little bit. So right hand, right leg next to the chair. We're gonna do a little bit of leg work here. So let your left knee, so I'm sorry, I will turn just so you can kind of see this. Oh, this is tricky. So you've got your right hand, right leg next to the chair. Whatever leg we're gonna kind of support that with. So the left knee comes high and then tap the floor behind. Left knee comes up and tap the floor behind. So you want your standing leg and the arm to be next to the chair, where the leg that's being worked on is not right next to the chair. Lift the knee high and then tap the floor behind. Lift up and tap. Good, up and tap. One more. Good, and then we'll pause, turn. So now your left leg and left hand's next to the chair. Bring that right knee up and tap the floor behind. Bring it high in and tap the floor behind. So if you can, stay really straight with the body, the tailbone lengthens, try and bring that knee forward and then tap the floor behind. If it swings out a little bit, that's okay, but we're looking for it to go up and back, up and back. Last one, up, and back. Good. Back to right side, right hand, right leg next to the chair. And now we're gonna take that left knee up, let it turn out just as we did in the chair a little bit ago. Tap the floor, bring it back in and down. Up, out, tap, up, in, and down. So if you can do that without the right side of your body turning it off. Stay really strong, especially if you're turning, it really kind of torques that right knee. Up, out, and tap, up, in, and down. Good. Pause, or go all the way through that last one if you're in the middle of it. Pause, and then let's take the left hand, left leg next to the chair. Place that weight to the left side, right knee lifts up, open, tap, back in and down. Again, watch that you're not turning too much. There's gonna be some slight turn happening, a little degree of turn, but be mindful of that left knee. So you can really tap it out far, whoops, and at the block, or you can kind of keep it just close to you. Sorry, somebody's coming back on. And then let's pause. Good. Let's go back to the right hand, right leg next to the chair. We're gonna lean a little bit to the right. Let that left foot go out and back. Straight out and back. So watch that you're not collapsing too much on that right side. You want your foot to be active, otherwise it's gonna drag on the floor and kind of keep you from doing this action. Good, last one. Go back to standing. Let's turn again, left hand, left leg next to the chair. Kind of lean a little bit, take that right leg out, and then bring it back in. Out and back, out and back. Toes are active towards the knee. Make sure you're breathing. Tailbone's lengthening, so you're not bowing forward in this. You're just being straight as you can. Lift up and back, up and back. Good, last one. Back to standing. Nice. So tree pose. Now we've kind of opened up the hips a little bit. We've done a little balance work already. So let your right hand, right leg come back to your chair. So just as we did a moment ago, we're gonna lift that left knee up, let it open, and then place that foot high or low. Low could be rooted with the toes to the floor. High is wherever it feels okay, just not to the knee joint area. You can hold on to your chair, or maybe you start to take the hands to the heart, or even overhead, whatever is right for you. It could even be one-on-one. You've got the support of the standing leg and the hand next to the chair. Slowly confirm that. Good. Nice and slow. When you're ready, come on out from that side. Let's go to the left side. So the left hand and left leg are next to your chair. Get really strong to that side of the body. Lift that right knee up, let it open a little bit. Again, watch that you're not turning, you're staying square. It's more of that hip action opening. Place that foot high or low, and then when you're ready, maybe balance. Be aware of where your neck is even. Even if you start to look down towards the floor, that can kind of drop. That's 10 pounds kind of leaning forward, and that can drop your alignment, drop you out of the pose. So it's just something to be aware of. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, come out from that side. Awesome. Let's come into down dog. So take your time, hold on to the back of the chair, stretch back. Trying to keep your Legs sort of in that alignment, so your feet are right down from the knees, knees from the hips. If you're holding on to the chair, maybe you feel that stretch under the arms. You can take this into a little wiggle of the hips side to side, or cat-cow action. And then let's do a warrior one. Stepping the right foot towards the chair, left toes turn out to the left a little bit. Your hips are kind of in line with the back of your chair. Maybe you're holding on for support, or if your arms are coming overhead, there's just, again, that awareness of where your neck is. Make sure it's not pulling forward or dropping down. Deep breath in, long breath out. All right, let's come into down dog, hold the chair, stretch it back, right foot steps back again. You can wiggle a little bit side to side or up and down, or just getting that big stretch underneath the arms. Take a look to the back of the chair, left foot comes forward, Virabhadrasana 1, second side. Warrior 1. Again, your hips are square. You've got that right foot really engaged into the floor, so that knee, if there's a bend to it, that's okay, but just trying to really root that heel down so that leg gets strong. Be aware of where your gaze is. Deep breath in, long breath out. Downward facing dog, hold the chair, stretch it back. Again, it can be a little wiggle or up and down, anything that feels okay, or maybe you just want to be there and breathe for a moment. Warrior 2 with the right foot forward first. Left toes are going to turn. Soft bend to that right knee. Now, for Warrior 2, the arms extend out from the shoulders. And then your head is kind of in alignment with your torso, or maybe you turn your gaze to look over the front fingertips. So that rooting down through the soles of the feet, get really strong through the legs. Downward facing dog. Hold the chair, stretch back. Look to the back of the chair. Let's go to Warrior 2, second side. Left foot comes forward, right toes turn out a little bit. Left knee has that soft bend. Take a look at your knee, make sure it's right on top. In this pose especially, the knee wants to kind of give way and drop in. So root it down, working that inner thigh, which we've worked a lot already today. Arms out from the shoulders, maybe turning the gaze to be over the fingertips. Good. When you're ready, slowly take your time back into the downward facing dog. Hold the chair, walk your feet back. Nice big stretch for the spine, maybe moving up and down or little wiggle of the hips. So crescent lunge, coming into our another balancing pose. I'm gonna turn just a little bit so you can kind of see my feet. So right foot comes forward. We're gonna stay on the left toes. So if your heel is pointing to the back, that's awesome. If it's pointing up, awesome. We're just trying to balance on more of the toe pad and the toes themselves. That right knee has that soft bend, and your feet are far enough apart where you've got that stability. Think of train tracks, not tightrope. Hands can be to the heart or overhead, and then that final awareness of where your gaze is. Hopefully this is getting a good stretch on that back leg. This is one of those one of those poses that really targets the psoas muscle, which gets really tight and short, especially as we're just kind of at home sitting a lot more than we're probably used to. When you're ready, hold on to the back of the chair, down dog, stretch it back. And then we're going to come to the second side for crescent lunge. Left foot comes forward, be on those right toes. So you can rotate that heel back or up. That left knee has that soft bend. Again, feet are kind of far enough apart. They're not stacked right behind each other. Give yourself that balance. Lengthen the tailbone, lift the heart. Even your focal point is lifted. And ideally, you're getting that good stretch on the right leg, the back leg this time. Take a couple rounds of breath. Let the shoulders relax from the ears. Good. Take your time, slowly hold on to the chair. We're going to just come up to stand behind it. Shake the legs off a little. So we're going to do an airplane pose. So I'm going to turn my chair just so you have your right hand and right leg next to your chair. So your elbows length away. You've got the chair right there. You can be as close as you want to. You may want a little distance for some of you who want to maybe let go. So airplane is taking the left leg back. So again, you want your standing leg next to the chair. Take that leg back. The minute your toes leave the floor, you're in the pose. So hopefully your heart's dropping at the same time your legs lifting. The arms can come out for support. Maybe you start to let go of the chair, and it's right there. If you come out of the pose, take a moment to refine it again. We'll be here for just a couple rounds of breath. There's always going to be movement. You're breathing, you're moving. So is your airplane. And then come in for standing pose. Let's take the feet apart a little bit and just start to shift the hips around. Move the hips into some circles. Keep your core engaged, so there's protection for the low back. Alternate the direction. Good, and then let's bring it back to center. Turn, so your left hand, left leg is next to the chair. Again, you want that supporting side, the strong standing leg to be next to the chair. Let your right leg lift. At the same time your heart drops, the right arm can come out for support. Maybe you let go of the chair. If you're letting go of the chair, just know it's right there for you. I'm just turning so I can kind of see some of you, what's going on. Make sure you're breathing. Good. When you're ready, slowly, slowly start to come back in. Land your plane carefully. No crash landings. Good. And then just give a little shake off. Shake the legs, shake the arms, wiggle it off. Nice. So let's clasp the hands, and then we're going to flip the palms down towards the floor. We do this one in the chair sometimes. I'm just kind of adding on now that we're standing. And then let your arms come forward. So you're kind of pushing the palms away here again, getting the stretch for the back of the hand, back of the fingers, or for the fingers. Maybe take the arms up. They can be straight up, or there can be a bend to the elbows, whatever feels right for you. Let your arms come forward. We're gonna bring the palms together and then open the hands out. Take the arms as far back towards each other as you can. Let it go, shake it off. Good, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Join the fingers, kind of push down towards the floor. Push the arms forward. Let the arms go overhead. Again, there can be a bend to the elbows. Let the arms come forward. Bring the palms together. Kind of open out the arms as far back as you can. And palms come together, shake it off. One more time. Join the palms, kind of push down towards the floor. Push the arms out in front of you. Extend the arms high, give a good stretch there. Good, arms come back in front of you with the palms together. Rotate. Let the arms go as far back as you can and let it go. So we're gonna do the cocoon butterfly action. Still standing. If you want to, have the chair close by that for support if you'd like it. Otherwise, we're gonna kind of curl everything in. Bend your knees, maybe round the spine, let your heart drop in. Be aware, kind of keep your core engaged as you come back up to standing. Let your heart open, maybe looking up towards the ceiling, let the arms open. And then move here a couple of times with your breath. Go through the cocoon, curl everything in, round it. And then take your time, slowly opening the body up, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. One more round wherever you are. And then we'll shake that off a little bit. Coming back to the chair. So wherever you need to place the chair for visibility to the screen. Back to alignment, so your feet are straight down from the knees out from the hips. We're gonna lift those ribs up off the waistline. Draw the shoulders up, back, and down a couple of times. Up, back, down. Maybe you hear a little noise, hopefully not too much. We already did a lot of work for those shoulders. Good, now reverse that action. Back, up, and forward and down. And then pause. Let's bring the chin forward and then pull it back a couple of times. Bring it forward and back, and forward and back. Last one, bring it forward and back. Now let your right ear draw to the right shoulder and then left ear, left shoulder. So nice slow action. Again, we're not trying to move the rest of the body, just the head, neck, and breath. Be aware, one side may have a better range of motion than the others, just something to notice and move on, not needing to change anything. And then next time you pass through center, we're gonna pause there and turn and look to your right as far as you can and go through center to look left. Going from one side to the other, again, with your breath, watch that your shoulders aren't following you. Try and hold them in position there. So they're not turning along with this action. And then next time you come back through center, we'll pause there. Good, kind of move the head, neck, and shoulders around a little. And then one arm comes out in front, the other hand taps along. The tapping helps to get circulation moving, get your blood flow, the blood moving through the body. So take your time. Again, it's just a light tapping. We're not looking to really leave marks or anything. It's just trying to get things moving through your thyroid, through the collarbone, maybe around the neck. and then the other arm takes over. Let your arms come up high underneath where your lymph nodes are. This is really important to flush out the lymph nodes for the immune system. Maybe coming across the intestines, that gets things moving, which is also good. We don't want to hang on to anything that we don't need anymore. And then come to the legs. So you've got more lymph nodes tucked right where the torso and legs meet. So maybe tapping there, you can lift the legs or come down to meet them. And then when you're done, this is where we're just gonna wipe all the old energy off. You wipe it off the legs, wipe it off of the body, anywhere that you tapped, anywhere that maybe you didn't, and you just wanna let go of all that old energy. The last thing to wipe off is your hands. That touch the rest of the body. So we're just gonna wipe the hands, settle into the chair. Ribs lift from the waistline, shoulders lift up, back and down. Be aware of the sides of the neck are so you can get a deep breath in with a long breath out. And we're gonna come back to this moment and to this breath. Let your fingers drop to the side. To move fingers and toes, becoming aware of the physical body again. And let's take the arms out and reach high with a full breath. Exhale the breath completely as the hands come down towards your heart. Giving gratitude and thanks so much to all of you for sharing your practice with me and each other. The light and divine in me bows to the light and divine within each of you. Namaste.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being a part of Crescent Moon and staying with your practice.